I wanted to talk today a little bit about what it looks like and what I do when the house is in shambles. I think it can be so discouraging as a homemaker and a mother in general when your days are spent, so much of it is just cleaning up the same messes over and over again. And if you don't maintain that level of staying on top of each and every mess, they build up. And it does not take but 2 days of lacking intentionality for the space to feel disastrous and extremely overwhelming. And so I wanted to share what I do when that is the case, when it's not like, oh, let me just tidy up this little, let me put the pillows back and fold a blanket, where it's literally like, oh, my house is in shambles and I've got to get it under control. So, yeah, what I do is called a clean sweep. I just go through my house and try to get it to a place that is manageable. I'm going through the house and putting away things that are just unnecessary. Right now, I'm going in the boys' room. It is a disaster, and I'm honestly not too worried about their room. They play in there, it gets messy over and over again, but I'm going through and grabbing laundry. I'm just picking up the clothes that they have all over the ground and putting them in a basket to get them out, kind of just clear the air a little bit in there, taking off their sheets. I'll replace them, but the rest of the room they will clean up. I like them having that job. I don't need to be the one that's always cleaning up their room. Roman is 6 and does he do the best job ever? No, but it's pretty impressive, and I'm not the one who always has to clean it. I want them to take ownership of their spaces. So I'm just taking out their laundry, and I am forcing myself not to worry about anything else in there. It's just going to be as is because I've got about an hour and a half to get this place, you know, under control. There is something about making a bed in any space that makes it feel 10 times better. It just brightens up a room. It is one of my biggest tips for quick cleaning is make the bed. Our room, oh my goodness, was it in shambles. We were just at our house enough to make a mess and not there long enough to clean everything up. And that is it's one of those weekends where we just did not have the time. We were out of our normal routine and it showed. So, this clean sweep is kind of how I stay sane without having the pressure of, oh my gosh, I have this amount of time to make it shine like the top of the Chrysler building. I'm just getting to the point where I'm not feeling so exhausted and so overwhelmed just looking in my space. So I'm putting away laundry that I had folded in the week and just not put away. I'm going to gather all of our laundry. There was so much because if there's one thing that piles up, it is our clothes. So I just gathered all those. I'm putting away just everything that I see, and I'm not worrying about really anything else. I've dusted recently. I think that's one of the things that makes me feel so much better is knowing that I've been diligent with my random homemaking, the things that I really never want to do. Like, I do not wake up thinking, oh my gosh, I can't wait to dust or vacuum or anything like that. But I'm so thankful for when I am diligent in those times, because times like these where really it has gotten out of control and I haven't even, not even being lazy, just not being around to do the things I normally do. And so I'm so thankful for my diligence in those times. And I encourage you, don't put too much pressure on yourself, but just do the little things here and there, because when it does get out of control, it doesn't take much to get back in control when you've been consistent in other areas. I'm throwing in the sheets first because they seem to take longer. My favorite clean laundry detergent, I use Molly's Suds, and wow, it was a journey finding that, so I highly recommend. I also add some Branch Basics. I think it's the Oxygen Boost, and that makes a big difference. But yes, Molly Suds is my favorite non-toxic laundry detergent. I need a little bit of something, and the smell, it's peppermint, and it's just so good. They have other scents too, but that's definitely a brand I recommend. I had coffee grounds laying around. It was a lot. We neglected the space and I knew it. And so going through, now I was getting all the trash from around. And again, there was plenty. Just kind of clearing off random surfaces that build up and just looking at it, just it feels like you get hives just when things are just piled on every single surface. The bathroom was one of the most neglected areas, so it felt really good to clean this space. I switched out our towel for the geometry hand towel, and I cannot express. These towels are by far my favorite. They dry so quickly and they're a little bit thinner, but they're extremely absorbent. And I don't know if this happens to anybody else, but I feel like one of my pet peeves is when I use a towel like 2 times and it already smells a little mildewy. I don't know. I hope that's not just me. But if you have that problem, these are the perfect towels because they dry and they don't smell. And I'm so thankful for that. I cannot express enough. This clean sweep is not going through and making sure your house is perfect. It's getting everything to a stable place where you don't feel overwhelmed, where you can function, where you feel okay. It's not a disaster, it's just clean. And I think one of the things that comforts me is knowing, even if my space isn't neat, in a moment, I know that it's clean. I do a good job at keeping consistency in my deep cleaning routines so I don't feel filthy when a space isn't as neat as I'd like it. Clearing the trash also helps with that. That is something that builds up as well. But I just encourage you to stay diligent on your cleaning routines so or I guess your deep cleaning routines so that when you have these times, okay, I'm not living in a pigsty. It's just a little messy right now and I can clean it up. And I had a little extra time, thankfully, so I was able to clean the mirror that I swear I wipe down every day, but it gets all these fingerprints on it. And I cleaned our bathroom mirror with the geometry knot paper towels, which also are incredible. I recommend everything, but getting the smudges and smears off the bathroom counter was great. I just used Branch Basics for basically everything I have to wipe down. It is my favorite set of cleaning products by a landslide, and it's non-toxic. They're just so good. But after just under a couple hours of cleaning this space, oh my gosh, it felt so much better. It feels brighter. It feels amazing. And it's just setting aside a little bit of time to be intentional makes all the difference. And I felt like we were set on the right foot to start the week.